Mademoiselle Préparé is teaching science to class 7X and has recorded 27 assessments so far. All of these assessments are in the science subject, but she's teaching two other subjects to the same group of students. Français, with 38 assessments recorded so far, and Social Studies, Études Sociales, with 18 assessments so far. To make a new mark set, click Mark Sets in the upper menu bar, select Make a New Mark Set. You could manually create it as in previous videos, or you can click Load a Setup, select Ontario MSS, and select Math, for instance. This adds the subject, the short code, and 5 strands to the new mark set. Click Finish and Save, and there is now a 4th mark set for mathematics. The limit on mark sets is 100 mark sets per class. Suppose you'd like to create separate seating plans or attendance forms for each of your mark set subjects. In this case, click Class, click Description, and select the first option under Attendance and under Seating. Click Back. MarkBook will prompt Answer Yes, and you can now create a separate seating plan and or a separate attendance form for each of the subjects within this class. There are 28 students in this class. The teacher is actually teaching 2 different courses in the same classroom at the same time and has created mark sets for each of those 2 courses. The mark sets can be different in terms of their categories and weights. Once the mark sets have been created, click the Attach Names button over at the right and move the students into an appropriate grouping. So if this student actually belongs in Environmental Science G, click Selected, and then go to Environmental Science A and remove him from that class and save. 9 students in G, 19 students in A, as if there were 2 separate courses, but the class has a common seating plan and common attendance. Some teachers are required to assess, record, analyze, and report certain items that are to be independent of the grade calculation. This Math 9 class is one of the demo classes installed with MarkBook. Its Mathematics 9 mark set has 84 assessments, all of which could be used for grade calculation. Click Open a Mark Set, double-click Learning Skills, and this teacher has simultaneously tracked 6 independent learning skills isolated into a separate mark set so they don't interfere with the grade calculation. Similarly, a teacher could create a mark set for behaviors, classroom performance, thinking skills, or other items of a user's choice. The teacher who built this class has a problem. The teacher wants to use both strands and categories simultaneously and be able to control the mathematical contribution of each towards the calculation of the overall grade. The teachers built a first mark set and called it Number Sense, which is the name of a strand. Within that strand, there are categories. Click New Mark Set in the upper right corner. The second strand, STR2 for the short code, could be Algebra. The teacher can create the categories by double-clicking from the master list, and of course remove miscellaneous. And the teacher now has a second classification grouping as a mark set. Teacher can create 3 more strands for mathematics, and then we'll be able to drop data into strands and categories simultaneously, as well as control the mathematical contribution of both groups towards the overall mark. This is one of the sample classes installed with MarkBook. Class 8D has 6 mark sets. This teacher is teaching 2 subjects over 3 trimesters and has recorded data in time blocks by subject over those 3 trimesters. Once there's assessment data in 2 or more mark sets, the teacher can combine those mark sets by clicking Combined Report. MarkBook will calculate an overall mark for the mark sets in whatever ratio the teacher has set on the set weighting screen. In this example, the first trimester's mark sets are given a weight of 10, the midterm 20, and the final mark sets given a weight of 30. Those numbers can be changed at any time by clicking and typing. The pie graph changes and the calculated mark on the summary screen for each student changes.